The news headline: If Prof Muhammad conducted a good election, why will INEC budget 4 billion naira to defend it? Boala says. You're welcome to today's news and thank you for tuning in to this channel. But kindly subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button and also the bell for more updates. Now to the news details. Please listen carefully to the end. The INEC National Chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, had said a few weeks ago that the Commission had budgeted 4 billion naira for the election petitions at the tribunal. The spokesperson for the Atiku Campaign Council, Daniel Bwala, has argued that if the Commission had truly conducted a good election, he sees no reason why they should budget such a huge amount to defend their case in court. He stated further that the INEC chairman violated the electoral law that calls for a review of the election after complaints were made by the election observers during the presidential election. He also pointed out that the INEC chairman did review the National Assembly and governorship election but had refused to do the same in the presidential election. He said INEC is an institution and it has its own personality. It's not just about Professor Mahmoud Yakubu in court. If Professor Mahmoud Yakubu conducted a good election, why will INEC budget 4 billion naira to defend it? I assume that if you have conducted a free and fair election, you probably should have a legal department going to courts because what other vested interests do you have again? If you look at the Electoral Act in sections 60 and 64, it talks about the power of INEC, the commission power to review the results. This is a salient provision in that Electoral Act, to which this man turned a blind eye when he was asked. And in other elections followed in the governorship and National Assembly, where complaints were made about certain polling units, he exercised the same power he refused to exercise in the presidential. You saw what happened in Adamawa. He reviewed the complaints and ordered a re-election. It is the same law that applies to the presidential. So, during the presidential election, the INEC came out and told us that 3 billion naira was used to execute the election. The BVAS machine, high rev, and all sorts. And at the end of the day, the election itself did not go smoothly. It was not free and fair. And now that the election result is being contended in courts, the INEC chairman is saying again that they are going to use 4 billion naira to actually defend themselves. Why? If the INEC chairman has done the needful during the presidential election, no one will be contending the results in court and they will not be spending Nigerian resources, tax, on something that is not supposed to. Nigerians are actually not happy with Professor Mahmoud. And that is why Boala says if President Muhammadu Buhari wants Nigerians to remember him, then he needs to sack him. How will a professor not conduct an election properly? Why he was actually even biased because the way he did the presidential election was different during the governorship election. He was able to do a rerun of election during the governorship. He was actually able to make sure that the Beavers machine functioned. Results were uploaded on IREF. What happened during the presidential election? He could not give a detailed information. And conducting a good election, we see no reason why they should budget such a huge amount to defend their case in courts. How do they even want to defend their case? Because we've seen evidences. Evidences were everywhere. Nigerians came out during the presidential election, voted, stayed till they started counting their votes, and they saw that they counted the vote finished before they left. But when the result came out, it was something else. And now you're planning to budget 4 billion naira, wasting of resources. We have come to the end of the news. What's your take to this? Kindly share your view in the comment section. Thank you.